today we are here with the award-winning MC Barber.
Hey everyone, this is MC Barber. Today I have exciting haircut for you. It's a haircut that I call professional undercut. The reason I call it professional undercut is because you can style this haircut as a professional cut, or you can also style it as a undercut, a trendy undercut. So to start this haircut here, I'm going to start with sectioning the top off, and then using my heavy duty clippers, removing the bulk and creating the fade foundation for my hairstyle. As you can see here, I'm not going too high. I'm stopping about at occipital bone. I'm going to keep this as a low fade, and I'm going to create an undercut. The reason I call it professional, you will see now, is because I will not cut hair short all the way to the line that I created, to the section, to the top of the section. Rather, I will cut short only halfway, and the rest I will blend with my straight edge razor. So here I'm removing the links right now and creating the foundation. I like using freehand a lot instead of changing the guards in my clippers. It allows me to work faster and creating the shapes almost as when you are sculpting. So here I'm starting now my fade, and I'm starting with the close guard on my close blade on my fading clippers. I'm going to keep this very low fade. I'm not going to go high. Now I'm fading from the top down. My first guard was 1.5, the one that I removed weight with, and that I created a foundation for my style. And now I'm using 1, which is 1/8 of an inch, to start slowly removing the line that I created when I started my fade from 0. So now I have to remove that line that goes from 0 to 1.5. So now I'm using 1. And then after this I'll be using half, or 1/16 of an inch. So here now I have 1/16 of an inch, or a fading guard, what I call. I really like this guard. It's a guard that helps excuse me, helps you fade easy. So because I am fading from top down, my fade is not really moving up high. It's going to stay where I want it when I started it. So as you can see, it's a steady fade from 0, gradually goes longer and longer. So now this is my next step to this haircut. I'm using a straight edge razor to connect my fade with my, I wouldn't really say top yet, because this is the second part of the haircut, and then the third part would be the top. So this haircut has really 3 sections: the fading part, the middle part that's between the top and the fade, which is this, and then you have a long top, which is really long, disconnected from this part. So I'm blending here with my straight edge razor instead of with scissors. I love blending with a straight edge razor. As you can see, it gives you really nice and smooth blend. It skins the hair, so it really gives you nice finishing, and especially if you do a lot of blow drying and styling after, it makes the hair so much easier to work with when you cut it with a straight edge razor. You see how smooth that looks. Uh, Here I'm just showing, like, depends on the angle of your razor, that determines how much hair you can actually cut. This is a sculpting technique. You really are almost like sculpting. Like the hair is basically, something that you sculpt with a edge, with a straight edge razor. It takes time to, practicing and experiencing, but this technique, you do follow a guide, but guide is more visual than, basically you have to visualize, you have to create the guide by visualizing how much hair you want to remove, and then follow the same pattern. So there it is, my second step to this haircut is done. That was the second section, so the first was fading. The second part to this haircut was connecting the fade to the second part. And now the third step, or the third part to this haircut, is connecting the top, or actually trimming the top to a length that you desire. Since this is going to be undercut, really it's not going to be blended with the sides. It is going to remain longer than the sides. However, the back on this haircut is blended all the way from the bottom to the top. Is gradual haircut. It's not disconnected on the back. So that only the sides are actually undercut. The back is actually blended. So here I lean my client back so I can still cut. It's easier for me to cut with a razor as this way. I am actually over directing since I am leaving the top longer towards the front, but I'm almost trying to cut as if I'm cutting, as you start cutting at 90 degrees on the top. However, since you are over directing, you cut it this way, but you would still, if you were doing a 90 degrees, you would have to kind of lean your client back, recline him, so that way it's easier for you to cut with a straight edge razor. Here, I don't just blunt cut. First, I kind of remove the weight, as you can see, texture the hair, and then I'll just finish I'll cut as much hair as I want to towards I come towards the end of the hair strand. So first you create a texture if you desire texture, and then you cut blunt. Here on the front I actually don't create texture, as you can see, because I don't want any short hair on the hairline. Now between section 2 and 3 here, between section 2 and 3, I'm actually going to kind of create eternal layering. That way it kind of slightly blends to the side, but really you still have an undercut. But it gives you kind of a slight bend now when you push hair back. Slight blend. Now I use a scissor over knuckles just to remove some long hairs that remain. I actually did pretty good with the straight edge razor. As you can see, it's pretty even. But sometimes you'll have some hair sticking out, like right there, for example. So you want to go over the hair and kind of, remove those where they are sticking out. But I think I actually did pretty good with a straight edge razor, cutting it pretty even. So the cool thing about this haircut, cutting it with a straight edge razor, it has a lot of texture, it has a lot of movement. The gentleman actually has very thick hair, so he'll be very happy when we style it. It cuts down on the styling time, and I created a lot of movement so he can actually style it easy. Cutting with a razor the way I cut it, I broke the resistance of the hair so he can move it in the direction that he wants. So here now I'm blow drying the hair. I'm starting all the way. I start from the back and move forward. I'm gonna blow dry it pretty slick, pretty smooth. You have to have air concentrated on, and your blow dryer and your brush have to work together. Brush basically creates the desired shape, and the blow dryer simply follows and sets it in place. It is very important that you set the roots. If the roots are not set and completely dry, no matter how smooth you dry the rest of the hair, the style will not hold. It is important when you style these styles that the top of the head kind of you blow dry flat and the sides slightly create a volume, and once you come towards the front you create a lot of volume. So the highest point should be right on the front, and as it goes back it should subtly drop. So this gentleman has slightly wavy hair. We managed to make it very straight with a blow dryer and a brush. Now I'm using some Layrite natural cream. You can see I spread it evenly on my hands, and then I go over the hair and start from the back going forward. I don't have to worry about messing what I blow dried because the roots are already set in this direction and they'll go back very easily. Then I'll come from the front and style the hair in a direction that I like. And here I'm creating the style now, and I'm adding some spray to kind of hold it there until the styling product that I applied earlier gets its hold. And there it is. That's your finished cut. I call this professional undercut. I really think this is classic. This is very nice haircut. You have a low fade and a gradual.
Hey, this is MC Barber. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked my video, please subscribe. Even if you didn't like my video, subscribe anyway. I have many more coming. Maybe you'll love some of them. mcbarber.com is my website. Until next time, stay positive, work hard, and take care of yourself. Peace.